So Leslie wanted to know, how do we change the narrative out there, that the heroes of vaccine development are Big Pharma and they're going to save us all, and that if we change the IP laws, then pharma companies won't invent these life-saving medications that we ultimately need.
Yeah. I see Sibungile is back. Maybe I'll quickly answer this one and then hand it back to Sibungile. I think that COVAX description actually came from the special envoy of Africa, and it was, for many of us who had this really bad feeling about COVAX from the beginning, it was a brilliant explanation of exactly the magician's trick that was played on the whole world with this initiative being set up. I think the question on changing the narrative, I think there is pushback. It's not like there isn't. If you see in certain kind of questioning media, I think there is the voices of communities of our international campaigns, our regional national campaigns, they are getting through. There is a very strong sense across the world that what is happening right now is unbelievably unfair, particularly when there is a solution to it and you can have much more production. I think the question is, how do you mobilize around that and push it? There was something from the People's Vaccine Alliance recently, which basically said that the Pfizer-BioNTech scientists have been, nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, I think there would be a bigger slap on the face of the access to medicines movement if they get that Nobel Peace Prize, because guess what? The science is old on mRNA. The pandemic just gave them the opportunity to make the vaccine, to deploy it. And yes, it is life-saving, and yes, it is important. But if as scientists and a company, you're going to sit on the technology and not share it, that is a huge problem. So you're right, there's a very strong, overwhelming narrative that is coming out. It is being pushed by developed countries. But I don't think that it's true that mainstream media is not also carrying the critique. I think it is there. I think it's for us to really think of more creative ways of getting it out there. The COVID-19 pandemic took out one of the biggest, strengths that mobilizations and communities have, which is getting on the streets. Between lockdowns and not going out and all that is one of the things we've missed. And I think one of the things we're struggling with is how to strategize in a situation where you have to be a box on a computer screen to discuss, how do we change the world? So I think we have to really think about what to do in the next 2 years. I know that's not a great answer, but yes, I think this hero image has to stop. Just for those of you who don't know, when the WTO's TRIPS agreement was actually adopted, Pfizer at the time came out with a one-page advertisement in The Economist taking credit for the TRIPS agreement, saying that for 30 years they had worked with the US government to push global patent rules on all of us. And Pfizer is today getting its absolute, profit and dessert from that, billions of dollars. So yeah, we have to do everything possible to make sure that they don't come out as heroes on this, because they really are not.